Hi folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. We're looking at Coffee with Claire, and she's made a video. She's an atheist, and she's made a video concerning Pat Condell, who's also an atheist. And the video is called The Art of Humbuggery with Pat Condell. Now basically Pat Condell, who's an atheist, is taking issue with some Texas atheists who have campaigned against a nativity scene being taken out of the town centre or city centre or whatever, because they believe that it violates the American Constitution, because the state shouldn't take sides as to any religion, and public space should be used for public means and not to advocate any religion. So Coffee with Claire is taking issue with Pat Condell, so we'll play it for a minute or so.
That their local government follow the United States Constitution, and a group of Texas Bible-banging fundamentalists insist that they don't have to because they are the majority.
I don't know if it has a name, but then it's so ugly it doesn't really need one.
The name is Black Letter Constitutional Law, Sugar Britches.
I think religion is utter nonsense, and I claim the right to criticize, ridicule, and insult it as much as I like, but not the...
I just think that I don't understand Pat there when he says things like that. I mean, I just think that kind of language is inhuman and lacks any real culture, really. That's what I think.
Right to stamp out harmless aspects of it.
How is
That's okay.
insisting that government property is not an appropriate location for a nativity scene tantamount to stamping out religious symbols, harmless or otherwise?
I have a copy of the Bible in my house because it's part of my cultural heritage.
Well, bully for you, Pat. I have several. Not to mention commentaries, dictionaries, apologist literature, none of which is relevant to the subject of your video.
I like churches, especially the sound of church bells.
Well, that is simply orgasmic, Pat. As it happens, I like old churches, stained glass windows, hymns, and Christmas carols. But it's irrelevant. Your likes and dislikes are irrelevant. Mine are irrelevant. Even the likes and dislikes of the majority of the residents of Texas are completely irrelevant to this conversation.
And I don't want to see them bulldozed.
And as far as I know, neither do the atheists in Texas.
Religion needs to be kept in check when it tries to step on people or when it tries to elbow its way into their lives uninvited. The Nativity doesn't do this. It doesn't even come close. It's part and parcel of the Christmas furniture.
Ho, ho, fucking ho, what a crock of shit.
It's part and parcel of the culture that I and most people in the Western world were born and raised in, and it only excludes people who want to be excluded.
Again, Sugar Britches, it's not the nativity scene that's at issue. It's its location on government property and what that implies.
But to claim that it sends a message of intimidation and exclusion and therefore must be banned is both infantile and sinister.
At least it would be sinister were someone to actually suggest that, and as far as I can tell, no one has.
We get this crap every year, though. If it's not from atheists, it's from leftist academics or some other equality Nazis who hate their own culture so much they can't wait to abolish it.
It's
absolutely true because I read it in the...
Okay, I'll put a link to Coffee with Claire's video, and you can have a look at it. You get a gist of it. She's on form there. I don't agree with you, Coffee with Claire, on that. I think that the way atheists deal with this issue of the secular issue, I think what you've done is you've turned what secular means on its head. All right, you've taken the American Constitution, and atheists generally have taken the idea that secular societies that government property should not be used to promote any religion. There's just a big problem there. And the problem is this, is that all public space is owned by everybody. Alright? It is shared by everybody. Alright? So, if public space is owned by everybody, shared by everybody, then everybody in the public space should be allowed to use public space. Alright? So what that means is, if the Buddhists want to set up a leafleting place where they want to give out their leaflets, they should be allowed to do that. If the Muslims want to give out leaflets, they should be allowed to do it. If they want to celebrate their Eid or celebrate something on that day, the particular day, they want to do it in the market and they want to put up something to celebrate that, they should be allowed to do it. And it's no different from the Christians. It's their celebration, and they put up a nativity, and the state, it doesn't, just because the state allows that doesn't mean to say the state is advocating that. That's how the secular should work. It should work to allow people to have the freedom to express their faith. And what you're doing as atheist is you're trying to push religion out of public space, which is a contradiction, because public space, whether it be a school, whether it be university, whatever, a government department, or whether it be in the town or city centre, all of us share that public space. And if we share that public space, then there should be the freedom to express your beliefs within that public space, and the state just doesn't have to take sides but allow the freedom to do that. So therefore, if you're in a school, if there are people who are Christians, if there are people who are Muslims, whatever, they should have the right to have their faith discussed in schools or in colleges, universities, etc. Doesn't mean to say that the state or the school or the university is actually on the side of a particular view. But at the same time, you know, it allows everybody to share values. All that what you will do with your secularism, the way you're interpreting secularism, is in the end it will destroy freedom of speech, and it will destroy religious communities, because religious communities will feel sidelined. And let's be honest, it's not against just all religions, it's particularly against Christianity. You know, there is a kind of atheist persecution of Christianity, and they're using this secular issue of public space as a way of bashing Christianity. They're not bashing Judaism, they're not bashing Hindus, they're not bashing Muslims, they're bashing Christians. So let's be honest about this. That's why you're doing it. That's why you talk like this about getting rid of nativity. And Coffee with Claire, you're not honest. You're not honest, because you know, you've got Richard Dawkins in England, and atheists in England, and also in your own country, who are purposely bringing up these issues to push Christianity out of public space. So you're not being honest when you say that the Texas people have not asked for the nativity to be taken down. The fact of the matter is, you, they, and any atheist who's into all this kind of stuff would be happy to see these things out of public space to fit your agenda of getting Christianity out of public space, out of mind, out of any influence in state. And it's as simple as that. So I would encourage all atheists, even though I disagree with Pat Kendall on some of the crazy things he says about religion, I think he is correct about this issue about nativity. And I expect every atheist at Christmas to be celebrating Christmas, even if you don't believe in it. At least come and share in community with people who are part of your democracy, and part of your community. Alright? And come and celebrate. You don't have to believe it, but you can come and share in the experience of being part of a community that's part of your democracy. Okay? Otherwise, all you're going to do is divide people and separate people. You know, there have been marches in England and in America, gay pride marches, and police have been seen with pink ribbons on and stuff like that, saying that the one with the gay pride march, and nobody has said, oh, the state is advocating the side of gay pride, gay rights. The state's advocating gay rights. They've got to take the pink ribbons off. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, it's one thing for one group of people, but not for another group of people. But unfortunately, you've got to get used to the fact that Christians are part of democracies. They're here, and they have rights, and they have a right to celebrate their Christmas in public space. They have a right to do that, just as much as Muslims, just as much as atheists. If atheists have a special day, they want to celebrate Karl Marx Day, or Lenin Day, or Chairman Mao Day, and you want to celebrate the day, and you want to have pictures of Chairman Mao or pictures of Lenin in the town centre for a week, and you want to celebrate it, you know, you should be allowed to do that. That's called democracy. It's called freedom. All right. And if you did that, the state wouldn't be saying they agree with what you're doing. They would just saying that you're part of our community and you have the freedom to celebrate whatever belief you have, so long as it's within the law and it respects other people. So I just think that this kind of atheism is just dividing societies. It's dividing democracies, and I just think it's just not wise. I think it's dangerous, and I think we should promote unity within our democracies and understanding, and just all realise that we have to share public space. And all this secular nonsense that's going on at the moment, what secularism is. Secularism is what you want it to be, and you atheists want secularism to be a certain kind of thing, and that certain kind of thing is your totalitarianism on religion. That's all that your secularism amounts to, really. You want to debate me, atheists? Come and debate me. Come and debate me on secularism, and I'll show how utterly ignorant you are for saying these kind of silly things about you got to get rid of nativities out of public space. Is a complete travesty of our intellectual tradition in the West, and it's a travesty, an absolute travesty on what real human rights is and real secular values, and not just secular values, but real democratic values. That's the main thing, real democratic values. Because not everybody buys into secularism, but everybody should buy into democracy. Alright? And who says, by the way, who says democracy is secular? Alright? Just a little thought though. Who says that? Where is there a book or a pamphlet? Where is the authority to say that democracy is to be purely interpreted from a secular basis? Where is it? Doesn't say anywhere. Democracy is neutral. Democracy is neither secular, it's neither religious. It's a way of thinking that allows people to get on together in public space. And if you want democracy to work, you've got to work together, and you've got to share public space, and you've got to respect each other's opinions and views. And this kind of nonsense that you, Coffee with Claire, and all you atheists out there who pump this kind of nonsense, well, bring it on, because we will fight you on the beaches, and we will not put up with this nonsense. Let the Muslims have their opinions, and let them use public space. Let the gay rights go march, and have their freedom to express their beliefs. But let the Christians have their rights too, and let them have their nativity, for goodness sake. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.